little guy again, I think. That's fun. Maybe we're gonna find some. I'm gonna put the talons down. So I'm just out here on a big grass flat fishing my favorite bait, chatterbaiting. And you know, for me, shallow water fishing isn't my strength, you know, bank beating, that sort of thing. I like to fish offshore, and down in Florida, these lakes are all pretty shallow, but there's still an offshore element to fishing. And this particular body of water we're on right now, we're on a big, huge grass flat. As far as you can see, it's all 2 to 5 feet of water. You know, one thing that's important, I think, when you're fishing covering these grass flats, a chatterbait's a great bait to do it with. I like to use a long rod. I'm using a 7.6 G Loomis Conquest, and it just gives me the ability to make a little bit of a longer cast, and I'm trying to make contact with as much grass as I can and just sort of stay on top of it. You can see I'm just constantly ripping it, and a lot of your bites are going to come after you sort of hit that grass and make contact with it. So I like to be able to pick the line up fast. If I have a little bit of slack or a fish, you know, pushes it towards me, I'm just able to pick it up that much quicker. I'm using a faster reel than a lot of anglers probably would say they use, but same deal. I just want to be able to pick the line up fast. I use a 7-to-1 for just about everything, and you just get a feel for what the bait's doing. And if I'm not making contact with the grass, then I know I have to slow down. So there's a better one. Ooh. There you go. But so you hear a lot of people say you need to use a glass rod or a really soft rod for fishing these things, and I don't think so. I mean, everyone you catch just about is like that. So use what you like, but that's fun. I could be ice fishing right now, so that makes me happy. But often what I'll do when you're out on these big flats like this is I'll just put the talons down and then just kind of like work the area over a little bit more, because there's a good chance you fish like this enough on any of these grass lakes and you want to try to find where there's schools, and it's probably because there's a little shell bar or a hole in the grass or something unique that, you know, could hold a number of fish. It doesn't hurt to just sort of slow down, and you know, in this shallow water, the talons are just awesome for being quick and sneaky and quiet. The one thing about this is it is sort of aimless fishing to find the little juice spots, and I'm just basically drifting with the wind out here, and it's nice because it keeps you kind of sneaky and quiet. And then, you know, if I fish an area and say I'm pre-fishing for a tournament, I'm gonna waypoint some of the areas that I get more bites than others, then I can use the trolling motor to kind of maneuver my way around. But I'm just trying to sneak along and just be real quiet. That's important anytime you're fishing in shallow water. There we go. You know, we're just drifting along out here on these grass flats and throwing a chatterbait, covering some water. Oh, little guy. But great way to catch fish, find fish on these spots. And this is a technique that obviously is very predominant down in Florida, but anywhere there's grass, a chatterbait is always a good bait to use, and it catches big ones.